child of low birth, marked by high shadows. He was born Gaius Valerius Diocles, not into nobility, but into dust. Dalmatia's rocky shores shaped him, a land of soldiers, not senators, of survival, not luxury. His father was said to be a scribe, or perhaps Diocles himself was once a freed slave. None of the stories agree, because Rome did not notice him until he carried a sword. He learned early that power came not from birthright, but from ambition sharpened into obedience while he marched under emperors like Aurelian and Probus. The shadows watched him grow, and in the whispering dark beyond mortal sight, the Anunnaki architects of empire's cruelty took interest. This one, they murmured, has the spine Rome needs, and the heart Rome will corrupt. By blood, betrayal, and the rise of Diocletian, history first caught him clearly in AD 282, when Emperor Carus elevated Diocles to commander of the Protectors Domestici. Rome's elite cavalry guard, prestige, authority, proximity to power. But Rome's throne was a furnace of suspicion when Carus died mysteriously in Persia. Lightning, some whispered, assassination, others insisted. His sons inherited the empire. The Numerian died in a sealed coach, his corpse rotting in secret, while his father-in-law Aper claimed the emperor still lived. The army turned to Diocles for judgment. In the presence of the legions, Diocles pointed his blade at Aper and declared, "You murdered the emperor." And before doubt could breathe, he executed Aper with his own hand. The soldiers roared, "Augustus Emperor!" Diocles rose, and the shadows whispered, "Rise, Diocletian." Glory, Emperor by the sword, not the Senate. The new emperor shed his humble name and took a title forged for dominion. Diocletian, he seized Rome not by heritage nor Senate decree, but by military acclamation. The empire's truest law, Carinus still ruled the West, but his authority sagged under vice and cruelty. When Diocletian met him at the river Margus, Carinus's own prefect betrayed him. Carinus fell, Rome bent. Where Nero had been a fire of chaos, Diocletian became a hammer of order, cold, calculating, relentless. The kind of ruler Rome wanted in fear, the kind of ruler the Anunnaki favored when empire sought to crush the world. I'm the emperor who reshaped the world. Diocletian was no madman. He was worse. He was efficient. He rebuilt Rome's entire structure, reorganized provinces into smaller units, created dioceses, split military and civil authority, fortified the frontiers, expanded the bureaucratic machine, redesigned taxation to feed armies. He elevated the emperor into something more than mortal, a jeweled, distant semi-god before whom all must kneel. Rome ceased pretending to be a republic under Diocletian. Rome became a machine. Feed Jupiter's emperor and Hercules general, knowing the empire was too vast for one man. Diocletian built the Tetrarchy. Diocletian that seniored Augustus, four rulers on empire, divine geometry of domination. shadow echoes of fallen Anunnaki. Behind Diocletian's rise, the giants smile. At first, Diocletian tolerated Christians, but pressure from Galerius and pagan priests grew. Divinations failed. Oracles blamed Christian officials who refused sacrifice. And in AD 303, Diocletian unleashed the storm. Churches razed, scriptures burned, clergy imprisoned. Every believer forced to sacrifice to Rome's gods or face torture and death. This became the Great Persecution, the fiercest assault on the followers of the Messiah since Nero lit human torches in his gardens when Nero was passion. Diocletian was precision, cold, systematic, empire as executioner. In the invisible realm, the Anunnaki rejoiced Rome could not unmake the Messiah's victory, but it could still wage war against his people. Diocletian became the empire's final great weapon.
The collapse of the Tetrarchy and the withering of the hammer. Even hammers break. Campaigns on the Danube ravaged his health. His voice failed, his strength vanished. Then, unthinkably, in AD 305, Diocletian abdicated willingly. He laid aside the throne that he had reshaped through fear and iron. Maximian followed him. The Caesars rose, the Tetrarchy fractured instantly, civil wars ignited. Ambition split the empire once more. Diocletian withdrew to his palace in Dalmatia, overlooking the Adriatic, a stone monument to the man who once ruled the world. When asked to return, he replied, "If you saw the cabbages I grow, you would not ask me to be emperor again." Whether he died peacefully or by his own hand, history whispers both. But the shadow he served, the spirit of Nero, did not die.
Read the legacy of the last persecutor. Diocletian sought order, he delivered machinery, he sought unity, he delivered fragmentation, he sought to destroy the children of light, he delivered the final gasp of Rome's open war against the Messiah. Within a generation, Constantine would rise, Rome would bow to the cross, and Diocletian's persecution would collapse into failure. Yet his legacy endured. Bureaucracy. Bureaucracy. Imperial divinity. Divine right authority. Absolute control by the state. He was Nero's successor in spirit. Rome's last great hammer. The emperor who embodied the dying breath of the beast before the light burst through the cracks. And in the cosmic story, Diocletian stands as a warning. When power bows to no god but itself, it becomes the very shadow it thinks it controls.